What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. Links in the description below. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's do another answering your Splinterlands comments and questions video. I am just going to run down this. We see a lot of folks with entries for the giveaway, so let me knock those out. RK, thanks for the comment here. And here we go. Let's start here. So Jura says, just remember, sell in May and walk away. Now, I mentioned this during the live stream earlier today because that's kind of not just crypto, but just in general investing mantra, right? Where a lot of folks, just they disappear over the summer. They go enjoy the summer with their families. They're traveling, vacation, kids are off from school, whatever the case is, right? So there's this mantra that's always been like sell in May and go away, and then, come back, and usually Q4 is when things pick up. I think we've seen that in many ways for even crypto, right? Like this past summer was really boring right, from a crypto perspective. I mean, Bitcoin was just chopping around, but this year may not be the best proxy for what next year will be. If anything, we should look at 2021, 2017, and 2013. Now, 2013 and 2021, right, those two bull markets or bull cycles had double tops, where it's just like there was an early pop, and then summer was kind of boring, and then, there was another pop later on in the year. 2017, I mean, I lived through that one. That was my first crypto bull run. And I would say that while summer was not boring, it also wasn't like, over the top. Things really started to take off in Q4. So the reason we were talking about this is because for those of you looking to take profits, for those of you looking to trade or whatever it is, again, none of this is financial advice. All I'm saying is that I'm going to keep this mantra very front of mind as we head into like April, May of next year. Once we get into Q2, especially if things feel very frothy, and even now they're starting to feel frothy from a Bitcoin perspective, right? But let's say alt season really starts to take off and things start to feel frothy. I may just choose to take some of that ice cream money early, right? And then if we get a double top, if we get something that starts after the summer, or maybe a massive dip or something, then we continue on from there. But that's the mantra here and the comments. So thank you for the reminder, Jura. All right, more for the giveaway, so let's just knock those out. All right, so Renee says, I'm getting deja vu from the good old times when the Splinterlands teams used to always do the best decisions. Good times are back. Okay, so this was for the video that I put out regarding the free-to-play option that is now available. So great to see that people are feeling that way. Thank you, International Travel Channel, for Burn Cycle. Okay, cool. All right, I should have just gotten rid of these beforehand. I apologize. All right, so Yvonne says, does this mean any accounts with 0 SPS will receive max glint based on league rating? I don't know, but I cannot imagine that somebody who has 0 SPS staked is going to get a huge multiplier. In fact, if I remember correctly, it's like a 1x multiplier. I think it's just the base. So that it's not max by any means. You still want SPS to really increase that multiplier. And I think it's just for... the only place that it has like a real impact is like at the lower levels, right? Where you're able to start accumulating stuff, especially when your rating may not be particularly high. So what the pick says, advertisement needed to get the reach out. This was on the video I did about spellbook purchases being up, which I think is still exciting. All right, more for the giveaway. Let's just knock those out. All right, so Rift Summoner here says, this is what I wanted before. It's so hard to convince people why this was overall positive for the game. People were mostly thinking of their bags, not knowing that not implementing this was hurting their bags in the first place. Yeah, look, there's a lot of conflicting opinions out there. A lot of things are said in a way that is framed as devaluing cards or devaluing assets or whatever. And I always, whenever I hear that, I'm not saying that it's not true. To me, it just seems like a knee-jerk reaction and that we need to dig a little bit deeper because there are many areas in which I'm like, is it really? Like, I mean, imagine, and I know we have to be a little optimistic here, but imagine like it is successful in bringing in a ton of new people. Maybe they don't buy a lot of stuff right away, but even if you convert a small amount of them, that's all new players, right? That's all players that go out and are like, you know what? I'm liking this game. I just tried it out. It seems fun. Let me go buy 10,000 SPS, right? It's 10,000 SPS is like $100. Yeah, something like that, if my math is right. So you never know how that starts to add up over time. All right, so this looks like a scam. Let's go ahead and remove it. This looks like a scam as well. I don't know what this stuff is, but I would not. I mean, for any of you guys who are gullible, I would not mess around. If people are like listing their seed phrase, it's supposed to look like it's like they don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I just don't even want to mess with it. So Koloki says we're back, baby. RK, thanks for the comments. Key said, I don't think it makes sense to pay a higher price currently, so we could raise the floor and probably see less activity or more off-market rentals. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of raising. Sorry, it's not even raising. Whether it be raising or lowering. Like, I just don't like there's a floor there from a technical perspective. We're going to 3 decimal places. I mean, if you want to go to 4 decimal places, you can, and then all of a sudden, like, the floor becomes significantly less. But I don't know. I just don't like playing with that. It doesn't, at the end of the day, and I've said this many times, but this will be my final thought on it. It doesn't solve the core problem. The core problem is we don't have enough demand. That's what it is. So we're just trying to like pump the markets because people are feeling a little greedy right now. And look, I mean, I'm not trying to say that in like a negative way. I guess it's coming off that way, but I wouldn't mind. Here's the thing. I wouldn't mind 0.003 rentals, right? Because I rent my SPS out. And I'm not trying to virtue signal here by saying like, oh yeah, I could make more money, but I just don't want to because blah, blah. To me, like, it's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid solution. And while like it might have some good short-term effects for people that are affected by it, it doesn't solve the core problem. I would rather find a reason to get people to either buy or rent more SPS or bring new players into the game. So that's all. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to like vote against it or whatever, but we'll see where the poll goes. So Trouble Water says, I only believe we are turning bully when I see your followers grow over 2560. Yeah, you know what? I mean, my subscribers here have stagnated, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. I will say though, yeah, if I start to see subscribers going up, that'll definitely be an indication. But for right now, and for most of like this year, it's been the number goes up and down around this 2560 range. So people either like what I have to say, in small bits, or they're just leaving. My guess is that there were probably a lot of people that subscribed to the channel back in 2021 because I was just getting started or whatever, or 2021, 2022. And maybe now they're coming back and like looking up looking up like crypto gaming stuff. They realize they're still subscribed to me and they don't care about Splinterlands anymore. So maybe they're leaving. But I see negative subs sometimes all the time. Or sorry, I see negative subs regularly, meaning that the number's just coming down. But it is what it is. So whoever wants to be here, I appreciate you for being here. Whoever doesn't, all good. Wish you the best. All right. Pops Fishing says, well, I hope it works. Now just add in some advertising into the mix and mobile experience. Yeah. The mobile experience is going to be, that's going to be a good one. I don't know where that goes. And I don't know what the time frame for it is outside of it being before April and Conclave Arcana. But the earlier we can get that, the better, because now this free-to-play thing is fantastic. We can push people to it. But the moment I can say, yo, download this app and it's free to play, that would be fantastic. And ideally that would be like early January if the team can swing it, which gives them like 2 months still, right? I mean, when I say early January, like the first half of January. So hopefully they can knock it out, because if things are in full effect at that point, it'll be fun. Thank you, International Travel Channel, for the comment. Discussing Splinterlands says, this is big. I agree. Very cool, from Supreme Victory Network, our studios. All right, Tails, giving some thoughts here. On the surface, a very positive change and addition. They will definitely need to monitor and enforce bot bans in Modern, though. They should also rotate out titles from the Glint Shop and also take a pack and plot rewards. Take a look at pack and plot rewards available in League Investment chests. But as long as they do a good job of keeping bot farms out of Modern, this will be a nice net positive for the game. On a related note, I would like to see a monthly update to the community from Siler on bot policement. enforcement and general policies. Although not required, it would be nice to hear from that area of the team. I don't disagree. I mean, I know that the team is very careful about not talking about their like tactics because they don't want, bot farms and botters to know how they're policing it. But I wouldn't mind just general statistics. And I wonder, it would go a long way from a transparency perspective, right? I think because there's a double-edged sword here. Like, let's say, the next town hall, Siler comes on and says, all right, for the last 2 seasons, right, since the previous town hall, we have banned like 1,500 accounts. And everybody's just like, holy crap, somebody's like really trying, right? Like, I don't know how people would react to that. And again, I'm not saying that the number is 1,500. I'm just saying, like, if there's something there, I don't know how people would take it. Now, granted, if the team is taking action, then that's fantastic, right? So you know that they're doing it. But yeah, I'm down for more transparency. I think that'd be great. It doesn't need to be every month, but on a regular basis, I think it would be nice. So Last Hope says, me too. There's this guy Mario playing 20 different accounts in Modern and Guild Brawls. It doesn't matter what time he plays. He's basically always there. I often play him 3 to 4 times in a row. Doesn't have to be a lot of games. It's suspicious. Yeah, I run into the same Mario too. Again, my guess, because again, I'm not the only Mario Last Hope. Sorry, I'm not the only one facing Mario. It seems like you are. I'm sure many others are. I wonder if he's been reported to the team because, there's like a snitch policy here, I guess, right? Where you can just go and like, if somebody's doing something shady, you can just report it to the team and they'll take a look at it. So I have to imagine somebody sent that in at some point. And if the team looked at it and said it all seems legit, then it all seems legit. But we'll see. So Snowball says, this is huge. I'll be watching the spellbook purchases anyway, as I think once people come and play, they'll want to stay. Let's hope so. Thank you, International Travel Channel. Jedi Elf says it's epic. Merlin's Matrix says great new base to build off of. RK, I'm giddy with mint number 3. Yeah, congratulations on getting Heloise number 3. That's awesome. All right, Banana says, shit, I might prefer to just play the free version of it myself. It'll still be fun, and it'll save me thousands of dollars. Hey, man, the option is there now, so you never know. And you could just bot whatever you have in your other account and just go play in the free-to-play. All right, so this is the smartest thing they've ever done. Even the $10 spellbook and the idea of having to own a ton of SPS was certainly off-putting for many people. If we ever want to get new paying players, the easiest way is to convert those who end up enjoying the free version. I agree. People will look at that and say, oh, well, the $10 spellbook, it's not that much. It is, right? Like any kind of gate. When people are looking for a game to play, they're just so used to Web 2, right? Where you go in and you either deal with ads or you deal with, kind of like a pay-to-win mentality where you buy gems or whatever, crystals to speed everything up. So the fact that we have now a free-to-play, meaning that people can just come in and explore the game, see what it's all about, and most importantly, I said this in the video, but in case anybody missed it, most importantly, interact with the community, right? Like I'm not trying to hype myself up. I'm saying anybody in the community, because I think we have an awesome community. But if they were to come on like my live stream or, Dwayne's or Bulldog's, or if they were just to go in Discord and start talking with people, everybody is generally friendly when there's a new player that comes into the mix. Yeah, we got some trolls here and there, but it's easy to filter out trolls, especially if like everybody's kind of keeping them in check. Like, yeah, this guy's a troll. Don't listen to what he has to say. Let me help you out. Let me delegate you some cards. Let me, give you some tips on some gameplay. That goes a long way. And the fact that people can do that now without having to drop $10 and, buy some SPS or whatever it is, like they can just do that with an email address is huge. Okay. Ghosty Beach says, it's just the beginning. It's not the end. Things will never be the same again. Indeed. All right. Another one from International and Snowballs. Thank you. All right, so Wibble says, I rent at 0.002 DEC. If the floor price moves up, I shall sit down my poor bots and tell them they can't go out to play anymore. There will be fewer wild passes sold, less SPS rented, and no more seal cards from little old me. Oh, and yes, I'm one of those idiots still buying cards. Hey, man, a lot of people are buying cards. I wouldn't call you an idiot. If it's something that you enjoy and you understand the risks associated with it, hey, man, do your thing. What's interesting, though, is it's only profitable for you at 0.001 is what you're saying. So the moment we get into a situation where like the floor price rises and you can no longer get them at 0.002, maybe it's like 0.003 or 4. Remember, it used to be, right? That means it will no longer be profitable for you. So we're not we're like right on the cusp, which means, obviously I've been saying this for a while, but it just means that SPS needs to go to the moon so that we can start getting that going, and kind of lift up the rest of the game economy. All right, so Wolfshire says, why not just add a button to win a battle if you spend enough money? Pay to win, baby. You got to love it. Last Hope says, the whole system is bad and needs rework. Why can you only rent for 0.001 or 0.002 and not anything in between? I just used to rent for 0.002 at the beginning of the session, but this season I have been putting up my rental bids in advance for 0.001. So basically, if you want to play, you just get punished for 2x the price. If you set the floor to 0.03, then it won't make sense to rent SPS for a while at all. Yeah, so again, like, I mean, it just comes down to decimal points, right? Like, how far do you want to go with this? I think DEC generally, like in the game and on Hive Engine, I think only goes to 3 decimal points. So I think it's fine to keep it there, right? Like it's a floor, but it's more of a logistical floor rather than setting an artificial floor. It's like, okay, we're just going to go to 3 decimal points, right? Because you could go to 2 decimal points, for example, and all of a sudden the floor raises up 10x, and that's kind of crazy. Or you go to 4 decimal points, and then the floor drops 10x, or 1/10 or whatever. So I think 0.00 or having it go to 3 decimal places is fine. It's just we've reached the bottom, and I think genuinely it would have reached the bottom no matter what. I mean, maybe if we went to 4 decimal places, you could get more bots online because the floor would just keep on dropping. But unless SPS starts to take off, we're always going to hit the bottom. All right, Clayboyne says, I think if we implemented a floor price, it would basically be a Band-Aid solution that doesn't really fix the problem. The in-game rental is very MVP, and third-party devs have already more or less solved the problem via automation. Is it ideal to rely on bots to handle this? No, but is the team going to further develop the rental interface at this point? Probably not. My current feedback from them is once validators are live, we could essentially have a dev develop it for us. I guess we'll have to see where this goes. But yeah, as a general rule with them, I don't like Band-Aid solutions much myself, but I also get why people want some sort of change here. Yeah, I think, again, you and I are on the same page. I probably got the Band-Aid terminology from you, Clayboyne. So, yeah, to me, it's just, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but I also think anybody that's looking at this is looking for short-term solutions because their rental income on their SPS is now down significantly, and that sucks, right? But I don't think that's a reason to just go in and start tweaking and artificially like market manipulating. All right, Vlogging says, it's like Bitcoin Cash wanted to increase the block size and the market rejected in the long run. This is a bad idea that fixes nothing. I agree. I mean, let the market. Let's just get more demand in here. Thanks, Fireballs. All right, Cold says, I think every one of us love this game, just that financially we might not all have the bags to sustain this pay-to-play situation. Well, here's the thing. It's actually no longer pay to play. You can play for free, but pay to win, pay to be top tier is always going to be there. That's literally just how the game is designed. My hope is that many folks can take comfort in whatever it is, like whatever your buying capability is, you're able to just play the game and enjoy it at that level and earn at that level, right? And as we move forward with, ghost card challenges, ghost card tournaments, and just a general kind of focus on esports, which again, on Thursdays now, myself, Tails, and Lorca, shout out to those 2 guys. We're starting to do these ghost card tournaments where we'll host the live stream here. Lorcas has been really generous in terms of giving out delegating out Rebellion cards as prizes. So I think that there'll be a fun esports, again, maybe not super competitive, but semi-competitive landscape that we can create parallel to the whatever's happening in ranked, and have the game, be something where people can enjoy it and have access to everything. But if you really want to earn at the highest levels, you got to pony up. And I'm not against that per se, right? Like, again, the people who spend the most money should earn the most from the reward pool. But there should be options for everybody to enjoy at any and all levels. So, hopefully we'll get there. Brave Tofu says, pleasantly surprised with the prices so far, biding my time to get in, but may just have to bite the bullet. All right, well, here's somebody else that's going to come through. So wish you luck, Brave Tofu. All right, we're at 19 minutes. Let me go ahead and wrap this up so we don't cross 20 minutes or go too far in. I'll just do these 2 more. So Banana says, yeah, they picked a pretty good timing. I think people are feeling rich again. Not me, but some people. Hey, man, well, Bitcoin flirting with 90K or 100K soon, hopefully, is definitely making people feel very bullish. And Level Up Life, shout out to Level Up Life, says renters are taking a risk that other use cases come into play and they get priced out. I agree with the aftersound. I vote no. All right, guys, I will continue doing this. It looks like I caught up with, whatever, 5 days ago. So I will. Oh, this is exactly where I stopped the last time. Sorry, Nicola. I don't mean to leave you out. Let me go ahead and do this one. So total waste of money is what Nicola says for the first auction promo video that I did. But I agree with the other people that are talking to you. I mean, I'm not calling you sad and bitter, but obviously, look, man, you've had a negative experience with this game and a negative outlook on the game for a while. If you think it's a waste of money for people to spend money on cars, then just to be consistent, you probably think it's a waste of money for people to spend on anything that they deem valuable if it's not valuable to you. So let the whales wail. All of this ends up. See, here's the thing. For me, does it take away from my game experience? I can understand that argument to a certain extent, right? Yes, if you want to have the top tier thing, does it take away from your game experience because you're no longer able to compete at the top levels? Sure. For me, it doesn't really matter because I'm not competing at the top levels anyway. But for other folks that have to go up against 100 people who end up getting Heloise, yeah, it does. But does it help to pump my bags in the long run? Does it add value to the ecosystem that I am heavily involved with? It does. So I'll take that trade-off any day. It's just we haven't seen it play out appropriately yet. But I would say that if you've been around and you've been waiting for the past couple of years, this next 12 months is everything that we were waiting for. And if the last week since the US election is any indication with, new all-time highs every day, I am excited for what 2025 has to offer. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.